All right, Lou Conrad, TRANNY, FAGGOT. Writer, producer, director, lead actor, and editor. Yeah, incredible. That's like a quadruple threat. So I've gotten to know you both just a little bit, and I'm just going to start with you because you're holding the mic, Lou. So you may not know, but you're about to learn that Lou is, this is their first film, and also that you are in theater. And this was like a big departure. What motivated you, Lou, to put this project together?
Yeah, well, I've loved movies pretty much my whole life, and like I used to like, I've kind of changed careers, so like thoughts about what I want to do like so much, but I've always been an actor for as long as I can remember. And then when I came out as non-binary, I suddenly realized there were no parts for me that were really like engaging and well, the kind of parts that I wanted to play. And I realized that I wanted to help the world and serve the world in some way, you know, with art. I was kind of like thinking like, who am I to make art, you know, like as I'm sure that some of us feel like, and I was like, this is why, this is my purpose. I have to make things that will help people feel seen the way I wished I felt seen as a kid, like watching movies. Yeah, my dream is to continue that, and I think the best way to like bring that to everybody is through film. So I'm gonna try to do that more.
So you're playing with some interesting genres here, and I mean, I'm curious. You know, zombie apocalypse. It's at a camp. It's very campy. Summer camp. Are there some like kind of obvious influences in terms of you creating that genre, which I think you did so well? But yeah, what was your process there?
Well, absolutely. So as a kid, I have brothers, and my older brother used to watch The Walking Dead, and I just remember, you know, the men just being so like tough, and like you couldn't, survive unless you weren't soft, and it was this really, I really wanted to show this contrast between this really like I don't know how to describe it, like genre like the zombie apocalypse, where like nothing matters, and like that's something that you're told a lot as a non-binary person, that like you're too soft, you're a snowflake, you're a trans person, you're like, or you're gay, and you're like, you're soft, what you feel and think doesn't matter. You're being too loud, you're being too much, these things don't matter. But I wanted to basically show my anger that it does matter, and I wanted to put it in the context of a zombie apocalypse, in that like, it is the thing that matters most. I wanted to see a world in which like, what if the only survivor wasn't a straight person? What if the only survivor was a trans person, and it had to be? Mm-hmm. So that was sort of the idea behind it, mm-hmm. behind sort of queering. I really wanted to queer the genre.
Mm-hmm. And you did that very well, and as well, there's nice little subtle touches of humor. I had to snicker when I saw like the only verified adults, the only input they had was to hydrate. I just was like,
that was my dad.
Oh, that was your dad. Oh my god, that just cracked me up. Like,
he made it up. He wasn't even in the script.
Oh really? Okay.
He's a Boy Scout camp counselor guy. So he's an Eagle Scout. So he was like, these kids have to hydrate. I have to tell them. And he actually had a whole backstory for himself. Fun fact: he was like, the counselor, he's not paying attention, and he should be, but he gets eaten at the end. Yeah, he was so into it, and I love him for that.
I know. Yeah, you could almost hear "Okay, Boomer." But back to like there was obviously a serious message, and there was one line that really stood out to me, just in terms of I am supposed to be here. So. Would that be like the central message, or?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like, you see in media and in, just in daily life as a queer person, oftentimes you're told, in subtle ways, you're not supposed to be here. And I really wanted to drive the point home that yes, you are supposed to be here, and if other people don't think so, you need to fight, and you can't just like sit around and be passive. It's very purposeful that Wisely in the beginning of the film, the main character who I portray, like is, you know, passive and doesn't like say anything and isn't angry, or, you know, is just letting it happen to them, you know, and like isn't saying anything. And I just think that, like, you know, it's hard, but you have to just be like, no, should be here, and you need to resist against those forces that tell you you shouldn't.